Hello, dreamers. Welcome to Crystal Tree Productions. I am the Mystic Hawk, and I am here to do your first collective read for all of you dreamers out there. I do want to point you to my website, themystichawk.com. I do have some one-hour readings available. This is a brand new channel. Yes, once upon a time I was the Mystic Hawk. You know, things happen with YouTube channels nowadays. Won't want to go into it. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, yeah, my mouth. That's what got me in trouble. But anyway, so do go to the website, mystichawk.com. You can also find me with really short reads, about 3-minute reads. I do, sometimes up to 2 or 3 a day on TikTok. So I'm doing that as well. Getting into, I've also been doing Are You the Dreamer or the Dream series, and the Dreamer or the Dreamed really talks about how to navigate this reality, seeing how all life talks to us and how to navigate through the dream. And it's really interesting stuff. Part 1 just starts to tap into it. I'll be bringing more on about the future self, the divine masculine, divine feminine, the inner child, and our higher selves as well. So stay tuned. So these are all important components and elements to navigating within the dream. So these readings are for dreamers, for those of you that are awake and aware. I know there's a lot of different kind of tarot readings out there all about love. Maybe I'll tap into some of that. This is mostly where to keep yourself in your conscious state, to how to navigate the energies that are coming up right now. And boy, are they intense right now with all of this energy just now going forward. We're in the thinning of the veils coming up to Halloween. I mean, you talk about seeing the dream right now. If you're at all aware, I'm sure some of you have noticed some strange things happening. And God forbid, turn on that TV. Ooh, you'll see all kind of dreamy stuff. So, without further ado, oh, by the way, this is a brand new channel. I would really appreciate if you like, share, subscribe, share, and so please subscribe, because I am trying to rebuild my channel. Thank you very much. All right, so the first card that we have, what I want to start out with, and I'm reading from the Beyond Lemuria deck, and I'm pulling one card to start the reading because these are so powerful, we don't really need more than one. And this card is about evolution. See the mermaid with the DNA, jellyfish, all life started in the water. And so that's how we all started out. We all evolved from life's water here on this wonderful, beautiful planet of Gaia. And, over time, we dreamed ourselves into more and more complex and evolved beings, constantly evolving. So, of course, we're finding ourselves in a place right now where life is having to evolve. It cannot go on the same way that it always has been. Saturn and Jupiter both challenging us to be our authentic selves. And of course, with that challenge of to be your authentic selves, there's a lot to give up. There's a lot to let go of. Some of them are relationships, some of them are jobs, some of the places that you live. Even being around family members. And we're feeling that call from the inside of us, just as the siren's call of the mermaid is calling out to us. It is time to evolve. It is time to change. And I think many of us have felt this very loudly. A lot of things I think of is, when you look at the sea, as sea creatures, we evolved very slowly over billions of years out of the sea from the primordial ooze of our existence into the creatures that you see now, which are in the human form. And again, that had a little bit something to do with the DNA and little changes. It happened a long way, but I can't talk about that right now. Anyway, woo, you know what I'm talking about. So we can talk about butterflies, however, and caterpillars. So in the process of evolution, the butterfly and the caterpillar really show us how we can evolve from that earthly 3D caterpillar state that we've existed in for a long time, perhaps with the dreams of other people and our environment, our surroundings, the schools that we went to, the family traditions, the churches, all of that is a dream that we were given. And of course, how to keep us in the dream is always linking us back to the past in a lot of ways. But in the way to be a dreamer is to learn to connect to the future. So again, we are evolving into our future selves. We are currently right now, this lifetime, these times, going through the greatest evolution that humans have seen, probably since, like Atlantis times, etc., etc. DNA changes here. So I want to read, a little bit from the book. And evolution, this is about growth and overcoming challenges, gracefully riding the waves of life, expanding out of a problem. Instead of staying in it, just expand out of it. Flourishing in the face of change, thriving in new environments, and being unperturbed. That's a very, very powerful ninja move to learn in these days and times, dreamers, is how to be unperturbed in the face sometimes of criticism, but it can also be very aggressive, even violent criticism, because we're being pitted against each other so much right now. In so many different ways. There's so much contention in these energies in general. And I'm not just saying all the stuff going out there in the world. I'm saying against ourselves. We're even being pitted against ourselves, the past self against the future self, and this fighting over where we're going to be in life. One of us wants to, have that old security and knowing what's going to happen. But, in the course of evolution, once the caterpillar's in the cocoon, it's, it's game on. He just has to go with the flow and ride it out until the moment comes when something within him says it's time to rip out of the cocoon and fly like a butterfly. And that is some powerful transformation. And that is what this card of evolution, that is what Spirit is telling all us dreamers right now, is to prepare to evolve, prepare to go into your new self. Like it or not, ready or not, it's go time, people. So, however good we are at surfing the waves of life, we all face surging tides of challenging ups and downs at times. When we try to hide from our trials, they get even bigger or more overwhelming. We can dive into them or surf them for growth and transformation. We might also flow with the current of least resistance, allowing the waves to wash over us and inspire a deeper sense of compassion and strength. How we meet our challenges contributes to our growth and evolution. Let me say that again, people. How we meet our challenges is what contributes to our growth and evolution. Do you face them head on? Do you sweep them under the rug and try to avoid them? That all depends on how we're going to grow and evolve. And that's what this whole thing is about. From the bigger picture of the universe, we're not being punished. We're just being challenged to grow and evolve. And that means to come out of that old paradigm that we have been in for so very long. Another thing is we rarely know how many fails went into someone's success. Do your best. Be aware that success is rarely instant. It may take years of persistence. The idea that a project, quest, or realization should come together quickly and perfectly can freeze your creativity. Life is about the process. Success is about perseverance. So, and I'm not going to read all of this because I want to get on to the rest of the reading. I'm just going to see if there's anything else. So consider what drives your bigger picture plans and what inspired you to take this path, to chase this dream. Success is linked to doing what you love. It takes time to get good at something. When you love what you are doing, keep going through the failures, through the disappointments until you meet success. So that is really good. Just keep trying. Don't give up. This test, prototype, fail until we figure it out, especially if it's something you love to do. And don't allow, I'm hearing also from my guides here, they're coming in the room now. My guides are coming in the room and said, don't allow other people, places, things, or circumstances, or even the upsetting course of this evolution, because Spirit may send you a tower to evolve you. I've seen it happen, I've had it happen, and I understand it quite well. But there's a reason behind it, because we weren't listening to our future selves. We weren't listening to our higher selves. And all those whispers of the intuition trying to say, I think it's time for a change. We didn't want to listen. And then they get louder and louder until the shouts become a baseball bat upside your head. So let's see. What else are we going to look at before we get into the tarot cards? Because I want to pull some Sacred Destiny cards here to go along. We see what this evolution is about. So what evolution is the collective of dreamers here on Crystal Tree Productions. I'm trying to get used to the name. I am the Mystic Hog. So what is going on? There it is. Truth. That's what it's about, people. This evolution, truth is what brings this evolution. Being true, trying to find the truth that's going on out in your world. But before you can do that within the dream, you must find out what the truth is within yourself. And it's very, very important to be very honest with yourself about what you want right now. Sure, be honest with yourself about your shadow work and all your shadow issues, and you may have to get through some of those in order to get to the truth of the situation. Because one of the beautiful things about doing shadow work is that, or just going through that dark night of the soul and looking at ourselves and saying, why do we do that? Why do we keep getting in these cycles of these relationships? Why do we keep, changing jobs but having the same boss? I mean, the boss that reminds me of father or mother or, somebody, teacher from the past. Why do we keep going through these cycles? We have to look at the truth of that so we can understand the true motive in that cycle. But once you understand that, you go and you understand the truth, that sparks the evolution that's going on here. And the shadow is wonderful because one of the things that it holds for us is the truth. Maybe it's painful. Maybe it's ugly that you don't want to look at it, but there's some gems within that truth, some very, very, your own power, your own understanding of who you are. So you can see why you keep getting into these same old situations and relationships and stuff. And Spirit is telling us all it's time to evolve. Time to, oh gosh, I almost said something about the government and I caught myself. Like running up the national debt and just keeping that cycle up. And, we do the same things on the small scale to ourselves. And also we run up karmic debt by keep going in these cycles and cycles. And if we don't break these cycles, that karmic bank account or that karmic debt becomes very long. And when karma comes to collect, believe me, it's not always fun. So what do we need to do? We need to release those old ways. We need to release the past and let it go so we can evolve through it and evolve past it. Releasing all situations, people, places, and situations that no longer serve us. Notice this tree. It's fall, just like it is right now in the fall. And the trees understand. The trees know what it's like to release what no longer serves them, because these leaves in the wintertime, it can't support the leaves. It's going to have to go within and take the sap and bring it within and slow it down and go into hibernation mode. So some of you during this evolution process, maybe some because of the truth, but through this evolutionary process, you go into this deep hibernation space so that you can release these situations that no longer serve you. Of course, what does the caterpillar do when it's within the cocoon? It releases its old ways of climbing up and eating all the plants, the particular ones that it likes, and then it evolves. It gets big enough and it has enough energy, and it sleeps in its cocoon and until it comes out to be a beautiful butterfly. So let's have one more card, the Sacred Destiny, and we'll jump over to the tarot cards and see what the nitty gritty is going on here. What's going on for the dreamers? Sacred Destiny. Security. Oh my gosh, are we all where that? I can say probably every one of you are really thinking about security. That's jobs, homes, relationships. I mean, we just came out of Libra season, all this energy focused on relationships and homes, and what we're going to do with our future. Where do I need to be? Who do I want to be with? What is, perhaps some people, the jobs that you had aren't there, or for whatever reason or whatever choices you're making one way or the other, you may not be able to get back to work, because of certain choices or religious factors or whatever, or, things have changed in the household. Not everybody can afford childcare to go back to work. I've heard so many things from people out there that these changes that we've gone through on a global scale is causing individual evolution within each of us, birthing the dreamers. So for the dreamers, let's see what's going on with you wonderfully highly advanced awakened souls that like to come and watch the Crystal Tree Productions. Let's see what's going on for the dreamers. So this may point out to some more personal issues, some things going on within your life, some extra guidance, perhaps how to navigate the 3D, what we understand the 3D dream. This is what you need to, the evolution in the other cards were about what's going on in the inside. So let's see what's going on the outside. All right, it says, okay. Oh, whoo, Lord. Yep. We'll put 5 cards right quick. We'll go from there. Oh, Lordy, Lordy. Lordy, Lordy. Yes, honey, yes. So we got a confirmation with the evolution is the Death card. What do I just talk about? What has to happen to the caterpillar so it can be the butterfly? It has to die. So we're in death. So it's some major endings is coming up for all of us. We're about to enter Scorpio season. So we're having the Death card. So it is talking about the month of November, collective here, giving us a heads up for what's going on during Scorpio. Death, that's an ending to relationships. It could be an ending to our point of view, how we've seen ourselves, before we can become the authentic self. We have to die to the ego self. So I do see the Death card is often reflecting our ego and those things that need to change. Definitely some identity issues going on within, because of all with the Aries new moon. Anyway, it's been a lot of Aries energy in there, Chiron and Aries. So the wounding to our identities has really been poked on in the astrology. Know how to trigger the death to the ego, causing an evolution that we have to go through that causes the releases and releasing all these situations, probably because some kind of truth has come up for us. And it most likely for a lot of us, these truths that come up for us threaten our security, because we may realize I can't do this job anymore. I can't do this relationship anymore. I can't live in this town anymore. And God forbid, for some people, it's all of the above. So what's going on with this Death card? The other thing we have is the 8 of Wands. So there's going to be some communication, perhaps short, short distance travel, no more than a day trip or something. And with the North Node being in Gemini and the South Node in Sagittarius, it's not advisable to travel long distances for a long time, like go overseas or something. So this is a quick trip. It's also communications, social media, texting, emails and stuff like that, electronic, very fast, immediate communications. It could be phone calls as well. It could be phone calls from somebody important, somebody sending messages of love, but it is very important news or information. I've also heard from my spirit guides, could be news coming from the spirit guides. Seeing the information on YouTube and other areas through the media. Now I do see a situation. This is what I see that the death situation is coming to. This is the Seven of Swords and the Nine of Swords. So there's a lot of energy in the head, in the mind space. Again, that's where the ego lives, in that monkey mind, in our monkey mind 3D. And the ego, of course, does not want to die, doesn't want to give up. It is throwing a holy fit, trying to hold on to a reality that's a nightmare and creating more nightmares by not allowing the death and the evolution to happen. Could be replaying the past, something about a thief, perhaps, a thief, a dream thief. So for the dreamers, I say be aware of the dream thieves, the dream stealers, the blessing blockers. People that take intellectual property or ideas, so be aware of that. But again, I'm saying this is what's going on internally with most of you guys, and it can reflect externally. And what I'm really thinking is the ego. This is also, you know, kind of coming up with ways to get around something. So the ego is trying to think of ways to get around this, you know, and throwing a gigantic fit and try to think of ways to get around actually doing the work so that you can get within the evolution. I do see a reverse Empress here as well on the world stage. I don't want to really say it, but it can indicate war, poverty, famine, and you know, the astrology is kind of talking about that too. So people, you might want to store up on food, water, and consider gardening, stuff like that. This is also showing that, again, just like with the security card here, is feeling very insecure in your environment, perhaps money issues and stuff like that. But I do see some good news coming, but first we have to die to the old ways. Before this can change, because I feel the Empress, she doesn't want to let go of her empire, though it's falling and crumbling around her. This could be somebody, if you're trying to get pregnant, it may not, it's like not this month is what I heard. It's probably not going to happen. Also dealing with mother issues with Mother Earth. There's the Tower. And it's the reverse tower. Is the reverse tower better than the upright tower? I don't know. Let's see. It can be, yes, because if you're a dreamer, instead of having the upright tower, you have a reverse tower because you learn how. This is kind of how a dreamer navigates through a tower. And I'm not saying as a thief, but kind of sneaks through the night like a thief, kind of avoiding this tower that's following you. Also, this is the ego trying to avoid the tower that's coming to say it's time to change, it's time to evolve. And there's the mind trying to avoid this collision course that is happening right now. So what else is going on with the collective of dreamers out there? Definitely major powerful changes in the money system. Why is it telling me about so many? Okay, and here it is. Wake up, dreamers. The reverse Four of Cups. That's saying, wake up. It's coming. Be prepared. Something is coming collectively for all of us, but it's also coming in your particular life. It is time to wake up. Look, it's even a mermaid. Look, see, she's a mermaid in this particular card, if you can see it, get it to focus. And there's the little boy, and she's trying to offer him this wonderful cup. Here is what you need to evolve, baby. You know, right here. This is what you need to evolve. And he's just like pouting with crossed arms, crossed fingers. I don't care if the divine itself comes and brings me dump. I'm not going to do it because my ego doesn't like it. And I'm just going to feel bad and throw a fit. Woe is me. But death is going to happen anyway because you can't stop it. You can't stop the tower. So, hello, it is time to wake up from the nightmare. Isn't it better to wake up? Four Cups reversed. Wake up and see what is there around you. Wake up to see what you can work with. Again, evolution says you got to be creative. If it's something you love to do, you're willing to go through trial and error, you know, test, prototype, fail until one day something works and clicks into place and you roll with it and build with it after that. What else do you have to tell the collective of dreamers, guys? Woo, this is an intense first reading. It's like, look out, the shit is about to hit. This is like shitstorm alert. This is what I see, you know. Beware, dreamers, shitstorm alert. Yeah, we got some karma going down. We got the Wheel of Fortune. Of course, Saturn just went direct. Jupiter and Saturn both just went direct in Aquarius. So we have the Wheel of Fortune, you know, wheel in the sky. Keeps on turning, baby. Wheel in the sky. Yep, that's on right there. So, and for some people, it depends on how you're surfing your particular individual wave. Some people will actually surf through this, like the Eight of Wands, and like fly over it, surf over it, just like, you know, expand out of the situation, like the evolution card says, to expand up and out of the situation, up and out of this torment that our own minds, our monkey mind egos just put us through. And of course, what is this woman thinking about? She's thinking about the past. She's remorsing all the things that happened in the past, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I wish I hadn't have done that, or if that person hadn't have done this, my life would have been better, and my life is terrible. I'm just gonna stay here in the bed and think about all these horrible thoughts. I mean, like having your own personal Halloween in your head, right? You know, it's just like the Dementors are coming, doom, 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 you know. So they're very real, by the way. It's not just Harry Potter. But yeah, you know, why you want to live in the nightmare, or do you want to be the Four of Cups and wake up so you can navigate, fly over and through this situation? So there's something that we need to wake up to that we may not need to want to see. You know, the ego trying to, you know, steal our attention. Oh, wow, I just got a new meaning for this card. Seven of Swords, the ego trying to steal and divert our attention from our path. Our own egos, not anybody outside of you, your own mind trying to steal you away from what is good, trying to keep you in this sleeping Four of Cups state when it's time to wake up, people. I don't, you know, Wheel of Fortune is here, karma is calling. Some get good karma. You know, sometimes good things happening can create a tower, even a minor tower, because these death situations, oh no, I just lost a card. These death situations, they're stressful. They're very stressful, even if it's a good thing that, you know, these situations needed to end. But what I'm seeing is if it's a bad situation, like with the reversed Empress, then the wheel is going to change and things will start going up. What goes down must go up. What goes up must come down. That is the law of the wheel. Get the card here. It was a Nine of Swords. That's the one to fall on the floor. That's the one to throw away. Throw it away. Yeah, let's throw it away. 1, 2, 3. Ready, dreamers? 1, 2, 3. Goodbye. All right. Nine of Swords gone. Okay, I know where it is. I can get it for later. Hey, we got to be our true selves, and I like to have fun. If I'm going to do this, I'm having fun. Although, because this is serious. This is really serious. Like, be prepared to put it. This is like, also, I see if we're walking out in the world, it's like, put on your ninja suit, dreamers. Time to put on your ninja suit. Put on that cloak of invisibility. Go within the dream. Hold all, don't show all your cards. Keep all your cards close to your chest till you figure out who's who. Make sure you're not talking to a matrix agent. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of them out there. Some of them you may know. Some of them may be friends and family. Some of them may be, you know, people you've known since high school and all that. But, you know, got to be true to yourself. And that's why it's so important to know the truth, so you know who you are and what you want. You may find out you're not who you thought you were at all, and that may be that limbo moment. It don't feel too good, but that's what evolution is about. We have limbo moments. That's what it's called, being the cocoon. So, what else we got going on? Couple more cards here for the collective, and I'll let y'all go, all right? Let's see what's going on. Now, this is just a general, what dreamers need to know reading. All right. Whoop, these two. All right. I'm not sure which way. These came out reversed. But I'm also seeing them in the upright. Someone showed them to you in the upright. It's the Hermit. That's, you know, could be a Virgo. But we also have the Hangman. So I think, you know, this again goes right along with the cocoon stage I was talking about. So being in, you know, hanging yourself upside down. Going into the dream time, going into the dream worlds, really looking within, really looking at the situation as you see, you know, from a very different perspective. Maybe from a total opposite perspective that you've looked at before in your life. And it takes a little time on your own to be the hermit, to some alone time. Some people can handle that and some people can't, but we've definitely got our dose of it in this last year or so, learning how to be alone. Some can, some can't. But, of course, the Hangman, he is the initiate, and he has learned to be alone because that's part of the process. To know thyself, you have to spend time with yourself. If you're always around everybody else, trying to please everybody else and be like everybody else and conform like everybody else, and if you do that for 30, 40 years of your life, once the tower hits and the death time comes, the death bell rings, and I mean death to the ego bell rings, hopefully that's all it means, that it's time to turn yourself upside down and really do some soul searching. So I do see a lot of you out there taking some time out to do some soul searching, because during the Scorpio season coming up, you know, this death card Scorpio season, that's what it's telling me, November here, that there are going to be some tower moments. There are some major changes in the outer and the inner worlds within the dream. I'm hearing two more cards. So, yeah, this, you know, this is like, get prepared, get ready to act on the training that you have been putting yourself through all these years. And the reason is because we have the Ace of Pentacles, this wonderful new material beginning that can happen for those of us that are aware and awake and listen to our higher selves, our future selves that guide us and say, move now, when everybody else is maybe too afraid to do it, or if everything else from your past and your ego is telling you, oh my God, it's crazy. But the decision has been made with this Tower card, with the Death card. You're no longer the Two of Swords. You can't just hold on to this Two of Swords and say, I don't know what I want to do. It's like, if you don't make it yourself, then you're going to get a universal grab bag moment. And the universal grab bag moment does indeed come up as a tower. The universe is going to send you a tower. It might send you a tower anyway. If you don't make the decision yourself, it's an upright tower, and the universe just goes kablooey. Now, if you take your own steps to do it, it can be a reverse tower, which means it's a controlled demolition, okay? This is an uncontrolled demolition, controlled demolition. This is the universe doing it for you. This is you helping the universe send it to the sink. Okay, and send it down the drain. Send it in the drink. You know, let the mermaid have it and help evolve it, you know. Evolve that DNA, people. All right, for the last card, we're getting up to almost 35 minutes. I'm trying not to make these too long, but this is for everybody, for the collective, so I can spend more time with these. Much easier for me to do collective readings. It's so many different ones because some really good things come out and all the different ones that I wish everybody could hear. So that's why I'm doing it this way. We have the Seven of Pentacles. It's a waiting period. I know we all been waiting on the money to show up. Some people are still waiting on money. That's why, you know, the finances are feeling a little uneasy. But what I'm seeing with this Ace of Pentacles, it is coming. You put the Ace and the Seven of Pentacles together, that's the Eight of Pentacles. That might be a new job, a new vocation. You may have, it's possible that there may be a step down in pay, or having to learn that new vocation or building the new business. The money doesn't come in as quickly. So, they're not letting me go just yet. So I'm going to go back over here to the Sacred Destiny. Because let's see what do the dreamers need to know in Sacred Destiny? Miracles. Okay, people, that's what they're saying. So if you do choose to get on the path of evolution, you will find that miracles happen. And I want you to look at that real good. Look at that double rainbow. See? Kind of reminds me of the Rainbow Bridge, of that ascension process. And of course, ascension, it requires us to evolve. We can't stay our same ego selves and suddenly ascend into the fifth dimension. It doesn't work that way, people. You can't take all that baggage and garbage with you. I can't do it any more than you can. That's one of the reasons why I wasn't on YouTube for so long. That's one of the reasons that I evolved, and I had to evolve into a whole new channel, because I went through a powerful medicine walk process, and it was like a walkabout if you're in Australia or something like that. The Native Americans call it a medicine walk. And I really had to know myself, spend some time alone, be the hangman. And lo and behold, you keep doing the work and you notice that miracles will happen. So miracles are actually very possible in these times. But it's about going along with that Gemini North Node, being a part of the local community, plugging in to friends and family, people close by that we can be personally involved with without traveling a great distance. It is possible to travel short distances, like I said, no more than a day trip to get somewhere. You can also do that. There may be communication coming from afar, somebody wanting to communicate with you. Again, it's time to wake up, people. There's no, the tower is going to happen whether you're asleep or not. And we can't sleep through them. I mean, I guess you could try. You can try. But you might get to sleep for a few minutes before the snooze alarm comes back on and the next tower comes. Because the death bell is ringing on the ego. The death bell's ringing on the ego. And no matter how sneaky that ego wants to be to get around these situations. Wheel of Fortune, death. I mean, these are all karmic cards. Don't we want to get away from poverty and poverty consciousness and move into, miracles where we have a new opportunity to make money, though it was going to take time to build it, plant the seeds, build it, do it properly. It will not happen overnight. I'm hearing, you may have to moonlight if you're building your own business until you get it grown, or get a part-time job or whatever. We all have to do what we have to do, but miracles will happen at the same time. Don't sit back on the couch and wait for them to happen. So, all right, collective, there you go. I'm gonna let y'all loose now. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. I do appreciate that. Any kind of interaction with this channel will really help me to get going. So if you appreciated this reading, it resonated with you, I would appreciate that. Yeah, I'll even take a thumbs down, because that's an interaction, people, so whatever. So anyway, thank you, dreamers, and happy dreaming. See you soon. Bye now.